Picture yourself on the brink of transformation, where every challenge becomes a doorway to untapped potential. Adopting a growth mindset means embracing the understanding that your intelligence and abilities are not fixed traits but can flourish through dedication and deliberate practice. Groundbreaking research spearheaded by psychologist Carol Dweck reveals that viewing talents as malleable leads individuals to persist in the face of obstacles rather than shrink from them. Students and professionals who embrace this perspective demonstrate improved academic performance, workplace productivity, and overall well-being. A large-scale study involving 168,000 10th-grade students in Chile found that low-income learners with a growth mindset performed on par with their wealthier counterparts, holding fixed beliefs about intelligence. Neuroscientists have observed increased brain plasticity among individuals who persist through difficulty, demonstrating that neural circuits fortify when confronted with challenges rather than sheltered from them. In one experiment, children praised for effort showed greater error-related positivity, a neural indicator of attention to mistakes that leads to better learning outcomes, compared to children praised for inherent intelligence. Beyond academic settings, this mindset directly correlates with resilience and reduced stress, as those who believe they can improve are more likely to view setbacks as temporary and informative rather than personal failures. Researchers in mental health have documented that a growth-oriented outlook buffers individuals against anxiety and depression, as the belief in change fosters proactive coping strategies and optimism. Brief mindset interventions, often consisting of simple exercises highlighting the brain's ability to grow, have yielded lasting improvements in students' motivation and academic behaviors. Employers increasingly recognize that cultivating a growth culture drives innovation, with companies reporting higher profits when employees embrace challenges, learn from feedback, and continuously iterate on their skills. A recent Forbes article noted that 80% of companies credit a growth mindset among their workforce with directly boosting revenue and fostering a culture of creative problem-solving. Cultures that reward experimentation over mere correct answers invite individuals to take risks and extract insights from failure, fueling organizational agility. At the individual level, adopting this mindset begins with acknowledging fixed mindset triggers, such as fear of judgment, and consciously reframing thoughts to focus on effort, strategy, and progress. Simple daily practices, like reflecting on challenges you overcame, or identifying specific steps to improve a skill, reinforce neural pathways associated with perseverance and mastery. Over time, setbacks cease to define your limitations and instead mark milestones in your journey of continuous learning. By viewing intelligence as a dynamic resource, you transform feedback from a source of shame into a roadmap for growth. This mindset is a lever to unlock potential, where every deliberate practice session accumulates evidence of your own development, reinforcing the belief that mastery is earned rather than granted. Self-regulation practices like goal setting, self-monitoring, and reflective journaling complement the growth mindset by aligning daily behaviors with long-term aspirations. Longitudinal studies suggest that individuals who internalize growth beliefs demonstrate not only higher achievement, but also greater life satisfaction, as they derive meaning from the pursuit of progress itself. Even in creative fields where subjective judgment prevails, professionals who embrace ongoing skill development can adapt to evolving standards and innovate beyond existing paradigms. Researchers caution that simply praising effort without guiding strategy can backfire, underscoring the importance of balancing recognition for dedication with actionable feedback on techniques. Effective feedback loops combine encouragement of perseverance with insights into error patterns, enabling focused adjustments and sustained momentum towards skill acquisition. Carol Dweck's decades of research demonstrate that individuals at all life stages benefit from this adaptive perspective, from preschoolers grappling with their first puzzles to executives steering multinational corporations through turbulent markets. Educators who emphasize process over product report that students display greater resilience, engage more deeply with material, and persist longer on challenging tasks. Mentors and coaches can model this approach by sharing their own growth narratives, detailing how perseverance transformed their initial struggles into achievements. Your journey with a growth mindset begins with one small step, choosing to view feedback as a gift that charts your path forward. As you collect evidence of your incremental improvements, you reinforce a virtuous cycle where effort begets confidence, and confidence begets further effort. When you begin to view every misstep as a rich source of insight, your journey toward success gains a compass pointing you onward rather than an anchor weighing you down. Failure is an inevitable part of the human learning curve, and when greeted as an informative feedback loop, it becomes something to welcome rather than recoil from. Embracing failure as feedback means treating each setback not as a verdict on your worth, but as a disclosure of the next lesson you must master. Studies show that individuals who are highly conscientious or extrovert are particularly adept at extracting lessons from failure feedback, using those insights to enhance subsequent performance. This transformation in perspective shifts the narrative from "I failed" to "I learned what doesn't work," laying the groundwork for genuine progress. Research in organizational psychology underscores that successful learning from failure requires deliberate strategies rather than passive hope. Context-specific approaches, such as debriefing what went wrong, isolating controllable factors, and soliciting constructive criticism, can turn a disheartening defeat into a structured playbook for improvement. For example, reframing a poor presentation as an opportunity to hone your communication style and audience engagement techniques can result in markedly stronger performances in the future. Leaders who cultivate cultures where mistakes are openly analyzed without blame report higher rates of innovation, as team members feel safe to experiment and share insights. Conversely, environments that stigmatize failure often drive talent underground, stalling collaboration and creativity. On a personal level, failure feedback becomes potent when paired with honest self-reflection and a willingness to adjust course. A multifaceted study involving over 1,300 participants demonstrated that framing errors as data points, rather than personal defects, reduces emotional exhaustion and sustains motivation. Negative feedback, though sometimes painful, carries the seeds of growth if you process the emotions it evokes and then focus on specific improvement steps. Research from the American Psychological Association cautions that overrating the benefits of failure without structured follow-through can backfire, suggesting that to learn effectively, one must balance realistic appraisal with unwavering resolve. When Thomas Edison declared that each unsuccessful attempt was merely one of 10,000 ways that wouldn't work, he was articulating the essence of failure as feedback, and ultimately unlocked inventions that changed the world. Practical techniques to convert failure into fuel for growth include maintaining a learning journal, breaking down setbacks into actionable insights, and setting micro-goals to test new approaches. After a setback, pause to ask, "What exactly did I control? What was beyond my influence? And what can I do differently next time?" Sharing these reflections with mentors or peers invites fresh perspectives that can reveal blind spots and accelerate your development. Cultivating a routine of proactive feedback seeking, whether through formal performance reviews or informal check-ins, ensures you're never operating in an echo chamber of assumptions. Over time, these habits reinforce neural pathways associated with resilience, making the process of learning from failure both automatic and rewarding. Emotional regulation techniques further enhance this process by preventing discouragement from derailing your progress. Practices such as mindful breathing, reframing negative self-talk, and visualizing successful outcomes equip you to approach feedback with curiosity rather than defensiveness. In high-pressure fields like elite sports, psychologists advocate systematic resilience training so athletes not only accept but anticipate setbacks as integral to peak performance. When fear of failure is managed effectively, you free mental bandwidth to focus on experimentation and continuous refinement. Ultimately, reframing failure as feedback transforms each stumble into a stepping stone that brings you measurably closer to your aspirations. By viewing missteps as data rather than disasters, you build a mindset that thrives on discovery, adapts to uncertainty, and celebrates progress, even when it arrives in imperfect form. As you integrate these practices, structured analysis, emotional regulation, and proactive feedback seeking, you'll find that failure ceases to be a barrier and becomes, instead, the engine of your growth. Imagine a weathered oak standing firm against gusting winds, its roots digging deeper with every storm it endures. Embracing challenges transforms resilience from an abstract ideal into a lived reality, reinforcing our ability to adapt when life's inevitable adversities arise. Psychological research characterizes resilience as both a process and an outcome of successfully navigating difficult experiences, emphasizing that confrontation rather than avoidance of challenges fosters growth. When obstacles appear, viewing them as opportunities to learn rewires neural pathways, enhancing brain plasticity and sharpening problem-solving skills. Studies in developmental psychology demonstrate that children exposed to manageable stressors, with supportive guidance, develop stronger coping mechanisms than those sheltered from all difficulty. Organizations that embed challenge-embracing cultures report higher innovation rates, as teams feel empowered to experiment without fear of retribution. Forbes analyses show that firms led by executives who model resilience through adversity achieve sustained performance improvements during market downturns. Leaders who interpret setbacks as feedback rather than personal failure cultivate climates where employees learn rapidly and iterate solutions effectively. Conversely, environments that stigmatize mistakes drive risk-averse behaviors, stifling creativity and long-term adaptability. Neuroscientific investigations reveal that confronting difficulty triggers the release of growth-promoting neurochemicals, strengthening circuits associated with executive function and emotional regulation. Adaptive stress responses, activated by challenge engagement, prime individuals to recover more quickly from future shocks. American Psychological Association. In contrast, avoidance can sensitize the brain's threat systems, heightening anxiety and undermining confidence. On a personal level, deliberate exposure to graded challenges, such as setting progressively harder goals, cultivates a sense of mastery that sustains motivation. Integrating reflective practices, like journaling about how obstacles were overcome, solidifies lessons learned and embeds them into one's repertoire of coping strategies. Social support further amplifies this effect. Sharing hardships within a trusted network reduces perceived threat and broadens perspectives on possible solutions. Major trauma survivors often report that communal processing of adversity was pivotal to discovering inner strengths they never knew existed. Educational settings that introduce challenging problems without immediate solutions encourage deeper engagement and foster resilience in learners. Students who persist through difficulty not only acquire subject matter expertise but also develop critical soft skills like perseverance and creative problem solving. Similarly, athletes who train under variable, stressful conditions build both mental toughness and the flexibility to adjust strategies mid-competition. In high-stress professions, such as emergency medicine and military service, structured resilience training involves exposing practitioners to simulated crises, reinforcing adaptive responses when real emergencies occur. The Australian Special Air Service model, detailed in The Resilience Shield, highlights how deliberate layering of mental, physical, social, and professional challenges enhances readiness and recovery. Veterans who applied these principles report faster psychological rebound and reduced burnout. Embracing challenges also expands our capacity for post-traumatic growth, a phenomenon where individuals experience positive transformation following adversity. 5 domains of growth: new possibilities, personal strength, relating to others, appreciation of life, and spiritual change, often emerge most vividly after confronting hardship head-on. Meta-analyses confirm that active engagement with adversity, coupled with reflective meaning-making, underpins these positive outcomes. Over time, a pattern of challenge-seeking can redefine one's relationship with discomfort, transforming anxiety-provoking uncertainty into a familiar invitation to expand skills and insights. This mindset shift reduces fear of failure and fosters a sense of agency, driving proactive behaviors in both personal and professional arenas. Individuals who adopt this approach exhibit sustained well-being and demonstrate greater life satisfaction, owing to their appreciation for the dynamic journey of growth. Ultimately, resilience is less about bouncing back unchanged and more about bouncing forward, emerging from each trial more capable, confident, and connected to one's strengths. By deliberately embracing challenges, you transform adversity into an ally, forging a resilient spirit that thrives in the face of whatever storms lie ahead. Post-traumatic growth refers to the positive psychological transformations that arise when individuals struggle through profound adversity rather than simply recover from it. The American Psychological Association highlights that people who experience trauma often discover new personal strengths, a deeper appreciation for life, and an expanded sense of possibility, as they rebuild their lives in its aftermath. Psychology Today notes that post-traumatic growth does not negate the pain of trauma but suggests that suffering can paradoxically lead to changes in how we view ourselves and the world, fostering greater resilience and empathy. Richard Tedeschi and colleagues originally identified 5 domains of growth: new possibilities, personal strength, improved relationships, appreciation of life, and spiritual development, each emerging as individuals make meaning of their struggles. Research indicates that many survivors report discovering opportunities they would never have considered before their trauma, such as pursuing new careers, deepening creative passions, or committing to social causes that reflect their renewed values. In fact, studies show that over half of those who endure significant adversity report moderate to high levels of post-traumatic growth, suggesting these changes are far from rare. This process of growth can coexist with symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, meaning individuals may feel ongoing distress even as they recognize profound positive changes in themselves. A balanced approach to healing acknowledges both the pain and the potential for transformation, encouraging survivors to address lingering trauma symptoms while also exploring ways to integrate new strengths into their identities. Central to cultivating post-traumatic growth is the practice of deliberate meaning-making, often facilitated through narrative activities such as expressive writing and reflective journaling. Michigan State University researchers explain that when people articulate their trauma story, identifying what they controlled and what they learned, they reconstruct their experience in a way that emphasizes agency and hope rather than helplessness. This reflective work not only reduces anxiety, but also reinforces neural pathways associated with resilience, making growth a more sustained outcome. Equally important is the role of social support and shared narratives, as survivors often find that speaking openly with trusted friends, family members, or support groups diminishes feelings of isolation. Psychology Today highlights that communal processing of trauma enables individuals to test their emerging self-understanding against the perspectives of others, uncovering blind spots and fostering deeper self-awareness through dialogue. Real-world examples bring these principles to life. Holocaust survivor and psychologist Dr. Edith Eger transformed her unimaginable suffering into a message of choice and empowerment, authoring books that guide others toward healing by choosing not to remain victims of their past. Similarly, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many found that the liminal period of widespread disruption served as a catalyst for creativity and reinvention, leading to innovations in work, art, and community engagement that would not have emerged otherwise. Organizations and leaders can also harness post-traumatic growth by encouraging reflective practices and normalizing conversations about adversity. Harvard Business Review reports that companies which guide teams through structured debriefs after collective setbacks often emerge with stronger cohesion and a clearer sense of shared purpose. By framing challenges as opportunities for collective learning, these organizations foster cultures where new ideas flourish and individuals feel psychologically safe to contribute. Neuroscience research supports these approaches, showing that engagement with challenging experiences, when paired with meaning-making, triggers the release of growth-promoting neurochemicals and strengthens brain networks involved in executive function and emotional regulation. This biological underpinning helps explain why people who consciously seek new possibilities and reflect on their struggles report lasting improvements in both mental health and cognitive flexibility. Ultimately, by actively pursuing new paths and engaging in deeper self-exploration after trauma, individuals transform hardship into a foundation for continued growth. As Tedeschi and Calhoun's work underscores, this deliberate focus on new opportunities and inner discovery not only enriches personal narratives but also cultivates a resilient spirit capable of thriving amid future challenges. Self-discipline is the silent architect behind every meaningful achievement. It's the internal compass that guides us through distractions, temptations, and the allure of immediate gratification. While motivation can ignite the spark, it's self-discipline that keeps the flame burning steadily, ensuring that we remain aligned with our long-term goals. At its core, self-discipline is the ability to control one's impulses, emotions, and behaviors to achieve a desired outcome. It's about making choices that align with our values and objectives, even when they're challenging or inconvenient. This trait is not innate, it's cultivated through consistent practice and commitment. One of the most significant benefits of self-discipline is enhanced productivity. When we exercise self-control, we're less likely to procrastinate or be swayed by distractions. This focus allows us to allocate our time and energy efficiently, leading to more accomplished tasks. As highlighted by Cornell University, self-discipline can help individuals get more done in less time, leading to greater productivity in various aspects of life. Moreover, self-discipline plays a pivotal role in our health and well-being. By resisting unhealthy habits and making conscious choices, we can maintain a balanced lifestyle. This includes adhering to nutritious diets, engaging in regular physical activity, and ensuring adequate rest. Such practices not only enhance physical health but also bolster mental resilience. Indeed, self-discipline can help individuals live healthier lives by making better choices and sticking to them. In the realm of personal development, self-discipline is the cornerstone of skill acquisition and mastery. Whether it's learning a new language, instrument, or professional competency, consistent practice and perseverance are essential. Self-discipline ensures that we dedicate time and effort to our pursuits, even when progress seems slow or obstacles arise. This commitment leads to the development of new talents and the refinement of existing ones. Professionals with self-discipline often have an inner drive to excel, which helps them gain additional skills and improve their performance. Financial stability is another area where self-discipline proves invaluable. By curbing impulsive spending and prioritizing savings, we can build a secure financial foundation. This discipline allows us to make informed decisions, invest wisely, and prepare for unforeseen expenses. Over time, these habits lead to increased financial freedom and reduced stress. In interpersonal relationships, self-discipline fosters patience, empathy, and effective communication. By managing our reactions and considering the perspectives of others, we can navigate conflicts constructively and build stronger connections. This emotional regulation enhances trust and mutual respect, essential components of lasting relationships. Self-discipline can also help improve relationships by reducing impulsive reactions and promoting healthier interactions. Furthermore, self-discipline contributes to emotional well-being. By setting boundaries and adhering to routines, we create a sense of stability and predictability in our lives. This structure can alleviate anxiety, boost confidence, and foster a positive self-image. As we witness the fruits of our disciplined efforts, we cultivate a sense of accomplishment and self-worth. In essence, self-discipline is the bridge between aspirations and achievements. It's the daily commitment to our goals, the unwavering focus amidst distractions, and the resilience to persevere through challenges. By nurturing this trait, we empower ourselves to lead purposeful, fulfilling lives, marked by continuous growth and success. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast forest, compass in hand, ready to embark on a journey of discovery. This compass is self-awareness, the internal guide that helps us navigate the complexities of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Developing self-awareness is a foundational step in personal growth, enabling us to understand ourselves more deeply and make conscious choices that align with our true values and aspirations. Self-awareness involves recognizing our emotional patterns, understanding our motivations, and acknowledging our strengths and areas for improvement. By cultivating this awareness, we gain the ability to respond to situations thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This mindful approach to our internal experiences fosters emotional intelligence, allowing us to manage stress effectively and build healthier relationships. In the realm of personal development, self-awareness acts as a mirror reflecting our inner world. It encourages us to examine our beliefs and assumptions, challenging us to grow beyond our comfort zones. This introspective process not only enhances our decision-making skills but also boosts our confidence and self-esteem. As we become more attuned to our inner selves, we can set realistic goals and pursue them with clarity and determination. Moreover, self-awareness is instrumental in professional settings. Leaders who possess a high degree of self-awareness are better equipped to inspire and guide their teams. They can recognize their biases, communicate more effectively, and adapt their leadership styles to meet the needs of diverse individuals. This adaptability fosters a collaborative and inclusive work environment, driving organizational success. Developing self-awareness is an ongoing journey that requires intentional practice. Engaging in reflective activities such as journaling, meditation, or seeking feedback from others can illuminate aspects of ourselves that we might overlook. These practices encourage a deeper understanding of our reactions and behaviors, enabling us to make conscious adjustments that align with our personal and professional goals. In essence, self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth. It empowers us to live authentically, make informed decisions, and cultivate meaningful connections with others. By embracing this journey of self-discovery, we unlock our potential and pave the way for a more fulfilling and purpose-driven life. Adaptability is the silent strength that empowers individuals to thrive amidst life's uncertainties. In an ever-evolving world, the ability to adjust and embrace change is not just beneficial, it's essential. Adaptability allows us to navigate new challenges, seize unforeseen opportunities, and grow beyond our perceived limitations. At its core, adaptability involves a willingness to step outside one's comfort zone. It's about facing unfamiliar situations with an open mind and a resilient spirit. This trait enables individuals to respond effectively to unexpected changes, whether in personal circumstances, professional environments, or broader societal shifts. By cultivating adaptability, we equip ourselves to handle transitions with grace and confidence. Adaptability also fosters continuous learning. When we adapt, we often acquire new skills, perspectives, and insights. This ongoing learning process not only enhances our competence but also enriches our understanding of the world around us. It encourages curiosity and innovation, driving personal and professional development. Moreover, adaptable individuals tend to exhibit greater emotional intelligence. They can manage their emotions effectively, empathize with others, and maintain composure under pressure. This emotional resilience is crucial in building strong relationships and fostering collaborative environments. It allows for constructive responses to conflict and the ability to support others through change. In the professional realm, adaptability is a highly valued skill. Employers seek individuals who can adjust to new roles, technologies, and market demands. Adaptable employees are often more innovative, proactive, and capable of leading change initiatives. Their flexibility makes them assets in dynamic workplaces, contributing to organizational resilience and success. On a personal level, adaptability contributes to overall well-being. It enables individuals to cope with stress, recover from setbacks, and maintain a positive outlook. By embracing change rather than resisting it, adaptable people often experience greater satisfaction and fulfillment in life. They view challenges as opportunities for growth, which fosters a sense of purpose and motivation. Developing adaptability involves intentional practice. It requires self-reflection, a commitment to learning, and the courage to face uncertainty. By setting incremental goals, seeking feedback, and embracing diverse experiences, individuals can enhance their adaptability over time. This growth mindset not only prepares them for future changes but also empowers them to lead others through transformation. In essence, adaptability is a cornerstone of personal growth. It enables us to navigate the complexities of life with resilience, creativity, and confidence. By embracing adaptability, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities, continually evolving into the best versions of ourselves. Sources: Gratitude is the quiet force that transforms how we experience life. It shifts our attention from what's lacking to what's abundant, from what's broken to what's working, and from what we fear to what we cherish. In a world that often urges us to chase more, gratitude teaches us to pause and appreciate what we already have. Practicing gratitude has profound effects on our mental and emotional well-being. Research indicates that individuals who regularly express gratitude experience increased happiness and reduced symptoms of depression and anxiety. This practice fosters a positive outlook, enabling us to navigate challenges with resilience and hope. Beyond mental health, gratitude also benefits our physical health. Studies have shown that grateful individuals tend to have better sleep quality, lower blood pressure, and stronger immune systems. By reducing stress and promoting relaxation, gratitude contributes to overall physical well-being. Gratitude strengthens our relationships by encouraging us to recognize and appreciate the kindness of others. Expressing thanks fosters deeper connections, enhances empathy, and promotes a sense of belonging. This mutual appreciation creates a positive feedback loop, reinforcing supportive and meaningful relationships. Incorporating gratitude into our daily lives can be simple yet impactful. Keeping a gratitude journal, where we regularly note things we're thankful for, helps us focus on positive experiences and cultivate a habit of appreciation. This practice not only enhances our mood but also shifts our perspective, allowing us to find joy in everyday moments. Moreover, gratitude encourages personal growth by shifting our mindset from scarcity to abundance. It helps us recognize our strengths, acknowledge our progress, and build self-esteem. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we develop a more optimistic and empowered approach to life. In essence, gratitude is more than a fleeting emotion, it's a transformative practice that enriches our lives. By embracing gratitude, we open ourselves to greater happiness, improved health, stronger relationships, and continuous personal development. It's a simple yet powerful tool that, when practiced consistently, can lead to profound and lasting positive change.